Deep beneath the frost-backed mountains sits Orzammar, the larger of two known remaining dwarven cities in the world. Orzammar was once the seat of a major empire connected by tunnels called Deep Roads, which stretched thousands of miles. The city now stands alone, cut off from the rest of the dwarven ancestral lands by the Darkspawn incursion. Secure in Orzammar's impregnable construction, the dwarven noble houses continue their centuries-old power struggles. Assassination and blackmail are commonplace, but the appearance of honor is paramount. You are the second child of King Endrin of House Aeducan, the 9th Aeducan ruler elected by the Noble Assembly. You grew up in a world rife with political intrigue, and have struggled against brothers and cousins for honor and prestige. Today, a feast celebrates your first military commission, the opening move towards real power in the ever-changing game of dwarven politics.
Greetings, my lord. You are dressed and ready. Excellent. I couldn't find the armor's matching dagger, but I scrounged up a rather fancy longsword. Do you wish to wear your shield to the noble's feast?
Alright, hello everyone. And welcome to the Dwarf Noble Origin. Now, as with the other Origins, I'm only playing the Origin. If you want to watch a playthrough of this, a Let's Play of this, go and check out Uneven Ranger. He says he's recorded everything, because he started uploading Dragon Age Inquisition. But Dragon Age 2 and Awakening, and not in that order, obviously, but come on, man. Come on. But, he's recorded Dragon Age Origins, and he's finished a playthrough, with the Dwarf Noble all the way through, so if you want to see any kind of interesting dialogue, go with it. Right, my character. He's had to struggle and fight for honor and prestige. That's what we've heard. So, he's very kind of overconfident and arrogant to an extent, because that's how he's pushed himself forward. I'm not sure how much of it is his actual personality, and how much of it is his the way he's had to be in front of other people. So in front of other people, people he knows, he might be more reserved. I don't know. I haven't decided exactly what it's going to be like, but with in front of other people, and especially at this feast, he's going to be really kind of strong and confident. So, should I wear a shield? Of course. Let them see me as the warrior that I am.
Of course, if every other noble has a shield and 3 swords, you'll feel awfully underdressed.
I think the fact that I've got the option of my friend, I think this is someone he's close to, and you've got to understand in politics you need friends, so I'm not going to, you forget your place, no. You, my friend, are completely ridiculous.
One can't take all this marching about and speech-making too seriously. Moving on to the business at hand. The king expects you to make an appearance at the feast, but there's no rush. The noble family heads will spend hours boring your father with petitions and petty grievances.
The art of ruling is hardly boring. Yes, that's the key. That's an issue. His brothers might be trying to kind of politic around. Memories, from what I've read about things, he's our character, who's called Drogrim. Probably should have given his name before. He's the second son, so he's kind of in between. So he wants to know, what of my brothers?
Out and about. I saw them on my way here, browsing the shops.
Okay.
As part of the celebrations, permits have been auctioned off to members of the merchant caste who wish to sell wares in the Diamond Quarter. Lord Harrowmont has also opened up the provings for young warriors to test their mettle before tomorrow's battle. Perhaps we should go show them what single combat is really all about. And by we, I mean you. I'll practice my cheering.
Proving sounds appealing. Fighting each other before a battle is wasteful. No, I can understand it. You want the prestige of choosing you want to choose the best warriors, and that's a good way of doing it in theory. I think he'd be wary of doing it because he'd lose face, but because he's... I'm guessing because he's a noble, he wouldn't have to. So I don't think we will do it. But so why don't you want to fight in the provings, Gorim?
You remember last year's open proving? It took your father's smith 6 hours to remove my helmet. I'm not meant for single combat. I fight as my lord's second in shield. That's enough for me.
So he's our second. So I'm guessing he's our... I don't want to say bodyguard, because it's probably far more than that. Bodyguard, lieutenant, friend, confidant. All those kinds of things roll into one, I'm guessing. And if memory serves, Gorim is a merchant in Denerim. I wonder if that's the same guy. I think it might be. Okay, well, I don't really want to... Well, we could have a look and see what happens at the proving. It'd probably be good to... have a look in, or we can go to the merchants. If I say that, you might think, oh, you're going to go and do it. So let's go see the merchants.
Right behind you, my lord. The day is ours until the feast.
Indeed. Right. I've not heard about Sulker's Pass. Leave me alone. Right. Oh, and we have a lot of things that I probably shouldn't have. Right. I have a small shield. Why is my game saving? Stop it! Stop doing things! Stop it! Alright. That's something new. Are you done? Are you done? Thank you. Right. I think the notes are the bits of DLC. Right. The Dwarven Faith. We are the children of the stone. She supports us, shelters us, offers us the most priceless gifts of the earth. The worthy return to her embrace in death, becoming ancestors. The unworthy are cast out, unable to rest, that their failings may not weaken the stone. So it has been since the earliest memories. We live by the stone, guided by the ancestors, who speak with the voice of the provings. Oh, so provings are like trial by combat, okay. And whose memories the Shaper it keeps forever in Lyrium. We do not accept the empty promises of heaven, as the wild elves do, or vie for the favour of absent gods. Instead, we follow in the footsteps of our paragons, the greatest of our ancestors, warriors, craftsmen, leaders, the greatest examples of lives spent in service to our fellow dwarves. Our paragons joined with the stone in life, and now stand watch at our gate, ushering in those surfaces privileged to visit our city. We know that there is no greater honour to hope for, no better reward for an exceptional life. As told by Shaper Sibor. Orzammar politics. As dangerous as it is to mistake a dwarf's caste, it is far more deadly to mistake his alliances among the noble houses of Orzammar. Everyone in the city is allied with someone, whether by blood or by word. The nobles do not engage directly in commerce themselves, as that is the domain of the merchant caste, but they do serve as patrons. They invest in shops or in artisans' work, and in turn reap a share of the profits as well as a measure of the credit. Merchants and warriors alike benefit from the service of a prestigious patron. The relative power of each house is ever-changing. It is usually safe to assume that whichever noble house holds the throne is at the top of the heap. But below that, things grow into a tangled mess. Houses ally with one another by marriage, they earn rank and prestige when combatants loyal to them or from their bloodlines win provings. They earn it when artisans they patronise become sought after or well regarded, or when the merchants they invest in become successful. The degrees of power that these achievements confer is so murky, even to the dwarves, that it isn't unusual for nobles to challenge each other to provings over whose smith forges better belt buckles, or whose servants have the best manners. Nor is it out of the ordinary to find two merchants arguing over whose noble patron has won the most acclaim, for the rank of the patron is the rank of the client. Nowhere is this more apparent than the assembly, where the Deshas, representatives of each noble house, meet. Oh, should have been pause there. Although the king technically rules Orzammar, kings are elected by the assembly, and so each king must work constantly to maintain the support of the Deshas. Kings who prove unpopular find their heirs deemed unacceptable to inherit the throne. Power then passes to another house. Right, let's have a look what we got. 5 copper. Useful, eh? Various weaponry that I probably won't use. Bust of King Endrin. Ooh, we can find out about King Drogrim Aeducan. Denial of the Wondering what voice to go with. They don't all have kind of Scottish accents, so I think it's unfair for me to go, all dwarves are Scottish. He says, immediately imagining a Scottish accent. Denial of the traditions of our people does not qualify as a political technicality. Endrin, of House Aeducan, traces his ancestry back to the Paragon Aeducan, the greatest warrior of Orzammar's history who beat back the Darkspawn hordes in the First Blight. The second son of King Ansgar Aeducan, he became heir after his elder brother died in a proving. Another reason not to do the proving. The most respected king in 4 generations, he restored contact with Kalsharok, the only other remaining city of the once vast Dwarven Empire, which had been lost during the First Blight. So, a few things there. It's like, part of it would make sense to go to the provings, just to get the, to make a point of it. Ooh, crystal. To prove that, we are worthy of being an Aeducan, and worthy that our line is the king's. But also, it's quite deadly, and if we fail, we look like a pillock.
Very well.
City of Orzammar. The dwarves are lauded for their craftsmanship, and the city of Orzammar is one of their finest works. Orzammar lies at the heart of the Frostback Mountains, deep underground. The city arcs outward from the royal palace, which is built around a natural lava vent, continually fountaining liquid rock, which both lights, heats, and melts the entire cavern. The topmost tier of Orzammar is home to the noble caste, with their palaces fanning out in both directions from the court of the king, as well as the Shaperate, which serves as a repository for all dwarven knowledge. The lower tier is the commons, where the merchant caste holds sway, and where the finest works of Orzammar's craftsmen are for sale. In the centre of the river of lava, connected to the commons by a causeway, are the Proving Grounds, a sacred arena where the dwarves, by ancient tradition, settled disputes. On one side of the fiery river are the ruins of old dwarven palaces, fallen into disrepair, which the locals call Dust Town, now home to the city's castless. On the other side of the river are the deep roads, which once joined the sprawling dwarven empire together, but now, after centuries of darkspawn incursions, are largely sealed off. Nearly all knowledge of this network of underground passages has been lost, even to its builders. Well, I hope we don't have to go there in the main game. Anything else worth looking at? Doesn't seem like it. Just at the door! Royal Guard.
I am at your service.
Thank you. Thank you. Right, where are we going? Trian's room. Is this one of our... I think this is one of our brothers. We can't go in there. That's lyrium, isn't it? Is that actually... So they've actually kind of grown lyrium there. It's almost like you find those kind of big geode things of like amethyst. Sometimes they're really beautiful. I'm guessing it's similar to that, isn't it? Yeah, it looks like it. This is...
Oh, I'm so sorry.
What's going on? Your title is Mistress. I'm intrigued.
I'm sorry. I thought you were Prince Balin coming down the hall. Forgive me.
Got him. Tell her that my brother is at my feast. What are you doing in my brother's quarters?
It seems she's one of your brother Balin's newest, companions. Prince Balin is attending the feast being held in Lord Aeducan's honor.
Yes, of course. It was presumptuous of me to think that he would return to... I am sorry. I will show myself out with your leave, my lord.
Go or stay, I don't care. Gorham, tell her she may take a leave of me. You may go. What's Drogrim's view of... Because I'm guessing she's castless. She's got a tattoo, so she probably is. Because a traditionalist viewpoint would be she's castless, ergo she shouldn't we shouldn't respect her. And yet, that can lead to criminality and various other things. He hasn't got a high intellect, but I think he's probably... He doesn't see any reason to deliberately antagonize people, especially in this kind of private setting. There's no need to be kind of arrogant and whatever, so yes, you may go.
Thank you. I will go now.
Right, okay. Doing anything else is just stealing from our brother. So, ooh, a letter. I will keep an eye on these things. A letter from Rika. My dearest Prince Balin, you are too kind to me. I am a small and insignificant thing, and I do not deserve your attention, but your willingness to tolerate my presence shows you to be a prince among men. I cannot thank you enough for the beautiful necklace you presented to me. I will cherish it always, and I promise I will wear it at our next meeting. I know my gratitude means nothing to you, but I must say again, thank you. I will always be your humble and devoted servant. Yours truly, R. So that's Rika. Great. Should I read the books? Let's read the books.
Very well.
House Aeducan, Shield of Orzammar. The Assembly has never named a paragon with so little disagreement as there was for Paragon Aeducan. No naysayers, only a single abstention. His worthiness was unquestionable, his favour with the ancestors clear. But family rumour says that the man himself was deeply troubled. Prone to fits of melancholy and self-doubt, never satisfied with his great achievement in protecting Orzammar, he died cursing that he had not managed to save the outlying tithes. Before he rose to Paragon, he was of little note. The memories tell us that he never entered a single proving, never sought to elevate his place among the warrior caste. He spent most of his years prior to the First Blight fighting skirmishes in the deep roads, keeping them free from surface bandits, content to live quietly with his wife and daughters. When the Blight began, it caught Orzammar in the midst of a vicious inter-house war. Most of the warrior caste was caught up in the feuding, for as word of attacks poured in, each great house demanded that the army be sent to defend their Tig, and no house would agree to sacrifice their own holdings for the safety of any others. The Assembly was so utterly tied up with the infighting that the Darkspawn spread, unchecked, to the gates of Orzammar herself. In the chaos, Aeducan grudgingly took command of the armies. He enlisted the aid of the mining caste to collapse overrun passages, called upon the smith caste to supply them with arms, and bypassed the Assembly and the nobles entirely. With his leadership, Orzammar was saved from annihilation. For his insubordination, he was made paragon. Yet he always considered it a defeat. Yeah, he doesn't like... He sounds like he didn't like losing people. We would have gotten on brilliantly based on my other games. Servant. Where are we even going? Lord Ronastace. Oh, the Noble's Feast. I think we'll talk to this Lord Dace. We won't advance. No, we won't talk to the servants.